looks like the gun is loaded, the trigger has been pulled. Insidious Chill's discard effects are on the table here. That's the game, folks.
Andrew, of course, is going to activate creepers.
Green light, come on in, Sonata Arcanics.
Oh, here we go, Sonata. Are we pitching into it? Looks like we are.
We are. And now Andrew just has to go, all right.
All right, the moment of truth. We've got attack, attack, non-attack, non-attack. Wow.
Oh, God.
Oh. If Porter's got the 0 go again in hand, I think this is game. And it's a rabble.
It's a ravenous rabble.
We ended Team Runaways up 2-1 after 3 incredible matches. We started the night Friday night with Dan Rakowski versus Bun R in a Phi mirror match that saw Bun taking it over Dan to get Team Gold up 1-0. We followed that up with Brody Spurlock versus Ray Lamb in an Icelander mirror match that had Brody winning it after being able to respond to a Stormstrider's activation with an Amulet of Ice that shut down Rain and allowed Brody to capitalize and win the game from there. And following that, we had Michael Fang versus Kelvin Law in an epic Oldham versus Dash matchup that saw a double pummeled Okanold be stopped hard by several defensive reactions by Kelvin Law, but Fang took that over Kelvin to have the Runaways up 2-1. So now we are in the possibly deciding game 4 here, and we are going to start things off with it is Aaron Shantz on Dromai for Team Runaways versus Galaxy Yang, also on Dromai for Team Gold. Now, Team Gold needs to win this game to stay alive, but Team Runaways can win it right here if Aaron finishes things off. Again, I'm Pat Shaw from the Combat Chain. Behind me in the production booth is Adam Philipchuk, also from the Combat Chain, making all the gears turn. This tournament, this stream, and this season has been brought to you by FAB Foundry. So go to fabfoundry.co and use the promo code Team Cup 10 to get 10% off your Flesh and Blood singles purchases on the website, proceeds of which are used to fund the stream, the tournament, and the prize support and future tournaments moving forward. So thanks for joining us. It's going to be me on the call the whole night. So we're going to have some fun, and we're going to go to the match right now. All right, we do have the Dromai mirror. We have Aaron on the left in blue and Galaxy on the right in red. It is a Dromai matchup. We do see Galaxy running the Crown of Providence and Snapdragon Scalers, and we see Aaron running the Crown of Dominion and Mage Master's Boots. The Mage Master Boots indicative of the use of Toma Findel in the Dromai list, usually there. The Crown of Dominion, a recently popular addition to help ensure Ash production in turn 0. And we're seeing that right away from Aaron, who's pitching 2 red cards, creating 2 Ash and popping that gold coin off the Crown. We see him be able to draw a card there, and a very solid turn 0 from Aaron. Ooh, my mic was off for a little bit there. Apologies. So Aaron on 2 Ash on turn 0. It looks like he's trying to activate the Furnace. I don't believe he's played a red card yet this turn, though. Yep, and it looks like they both catch that. Reverts the ash back to 2. Puts the card back in hand. All right, and then we see, well, yeah, that's a hell of a turn back, and Uvia comes out pitching Vincerakai in a blue passing mirage, eating one of those ashes, but Uvia is on the board and creating an Ashwing. Don't Mind Mirror, definitely an interesting one. Don't think we'll see a lot of poppers happening there, so it'll be, I imagine, a lot of board states clearing. We'll see how arcane damage is factored into the matchup here, and who can get those advantages over the course of the game. Uvia coming in, followed by the Ashwing. And it looks like we see... It looks like block from a sweeping blow happening there. Galaxy being able to create his own ash there. I may have missed the card that was actually being used. Oh, no, you know what? My mistake. Galaxy, it was the active player there. They just moved the turn, so I believe the sweeping blow came in to attack the Uvia, which is why he pitched and was able to create 2 ash, followed by a red Ravenous Rabble. The Rabble attacking, believe he's attacking the hero, as it looks like. He'll be able to, Aaron will take the damage. We follow that up with a red Snatch 4, targeting the Uvia, so guaranteed the hit and the draw and the arsenal there. So Uvia goes down, Snatch hits, draws the card. Galaxy arsenals and draws up and passes back to Aaron. Aaron's got 1 ash, 1 Ashwing, 4 cards, and no arsenal to start his turn. He starts the turn at 36 life to Galaxy's 40. Aaron starts with his own blue sweeping blow, which does create an ash, and I believe that comes in for 1 go again. Galaxy taking that, going down to 39. Aaron following that up with the Ashwing for 1. And no red cards played, so no go again after the Ashwing. He sees that, he does Arsenal, and end his turn, he having pitched Burn Them All in the process. Aaron draws up back to Galaxy. Galaxy at 38 with 2 ash and 5 cards, including the 1 in Arsenal. Galaxy thinking about his line. Interesting dynamic between the 2 builds already, just indicative on the equipment. The Crown of Dominion and the Mage Masters versus a Snapdragons and a Crown of Providence. Here we see a Rake the Embers coming in. Galaxy up to 4 ashes and creating 1, 2, 3 Ashwings. Those 3 Ashwings go live. Galaxy down to 1. Galaxy down to 1 ash. Follows up those 3 Ashwings with a Blaze Headlong for 4. 4 go again, having played a red card already this turn. Aaron blocking 3 with the sweeping blow, taking 1 down to 35. Galaxy following those up with an Ashwing. The Ashwing targets Aaron's Ashwing, clearing the board. Galaxy following up with 2 more Ashwings for 1 apiece. And Aaron taking that, going down to 33. Galaxy looks like he'll end the turn by activating Furnace and pitching away an Uvia to create an Ash, keeping that card in Arsenal and drawing up to end the turn. Galaxy ends with 3 Ash Wings on the board, 2 Ash on deck, and 38 life. Aaron's up now. He's got 3 cards in hand, 1 in Arsenal, 3 Ash, and we see an Asvali being created. Goes down to 2 Ash. Asvali, the ability to deal 1 Arcane. Following that play with his own Rake the Embers here, so creating a number of Ash goes up to 3, and looks like he'll use all 3. Those Ash Wings are on the board. Asvali coming in. I believe that 1 Arcane is to any target. So the Asvali putting in work, and we see the follow-up Ash Wings coming in. 1, 2, and 3. We have 35. Ooh, and a Command and Conquer. Hell of a follow-up by Aaron. Command and Conquer coming in for 6. No defense reactions, threatening the Arsenal here. A basically must-block scenario for Galaxy. Command and Conquer coming off as the 5th chain, fifth link in the combat chain, starting with an Asvali, following up with 3 Ash Wings, and then ending with a Command and Conquer. Strong play by Aaron early in this game. So it does make you question how many 6-power attacks or 6-power non-illusionist attacks that each player is carrying. That Command and Conquer popping a dragon late may or may not hold more value than this early block interaction that will likely be forced here by Galaxy. And there's the Burn Them All and a Command and Conquer of his own coming in to block 6, preserving that Arsenal. But Galaxy down to 2 cards to start his turn and a card in Arsenal. Aaron at 35, he's got a Dragon and 3 Ash Wings on the board to end the turn. Galaxy's up. He pitches away an Enlightened Strike and plays a Rake the Embers, going up to 4 Ash and using 3 of them to create the Ash Wings of his own. And it looks like we are going Ashwing for Ashwing, taking all 3 out. And using the last Ash to invoke a Chromai and attacking the Asvali. Galaxy successfully wiping out the board of Aaron, but inflicting no physical damage here. But I imagine we'll see a lot of these types of plays in the mirror match. So Galaxy ends the turn, no Arsenal. He does have a Chromai, 3 Ash Wings on the board at 35 life and no Ash. And we see, Aaron comes in with a Pursuit of Knowledge. He pitches the Burn Them All and another Pursuit of Knowledge. So gaining the Ash, but he does get the 4. He attacks for 4, clears out the Chromai, and gains Intellect. So he will draw up to, his Intellect should be 5. So he'll have 5 cards plus a 6th in Arsenal. That was a hell of a one attack turn by Aaron, and we see Galaxy responding here with an Enlightened Strike, sinking a card. The mode looks like it will be. We're gonna take 5 damage. We didn't draw a card, so go again, coming from the Enlightened Strike. So following that up with the Ash Wings, 1, 2, and 3. Aaron down to 25 after 8 total damage coming up, and we see the Dust Up. Dust Up coming in for 4. I believe on hit creates an Ash or an Ash Wing. 4 damage being threatened now from the dust up. You know what I should do, gang? Bust out my Dromai deck. Look at the cards. And we see the Furnace and a Vincerikai coming in to block that dust up. So no on hit from that one, but Vincerikai saying see you later. So Galaxy ends still at 35. Aaron's at still at 25. No life lost that turn. Aaron's up. Did have a 5-card hand and an arsenal for 6 total. Blocked out one with the Vincerikai. We see a Chromite coming in. His lone ash being used to produce that. And we see the Chromite attacking an Ashwing, gaining an action point in the process. Aaron pitches the Endurai and plays a Tome of Findel from Arsenal. The red pitch creating an Ash. So Aaron will draw 2 cards and gain 4 life, going up to 29. Mage Master's Boots notably not popped in that instance there. So no go again from the Tome, but does have the double action point from the Chromite. So still has an action point remaining. Relatively recent Dromai tech, even though I guess at this point Dromai's evolved, even more. But to see the Chromite with the action point and then utilizing that Tome of Findel with the extra action point, being able to draw cards, gain life, has been some pretty sweet tech in Dromai lists here. We do see a Billowing Mirage taking out the Ashwings. We see an Ashwing being created and taking out the other one. And now Galaxy's board has been cleared out as Aaron looks to. He does have more to do if he wants. Cursors are talking a little bit, doing some TTS math pointing. And here we see Aaron is activating the Furnace, gaining an Ash, pitching another card, and that looks to do it for his turn. Aaron arsenals with a Chromite and an Ashwing on board with 2 Ash on deck here. Galaxy now up 5 cards, 4-card hand, 1 in arsenal, but no Ash. And no dragons on board here. Galaxy in kind of a rough position as Dromai at the moment, needing to be able to play a red card in order to... Well, he needs to play a red card and he needs to be able to pitch a red card here. Without Ash in order to generate it. So no dragons can be played right now, and this is one of those sticky points about Dromai that if you have the wrong hand at the wrong time, you have no game actions here. You simply have to hold on to what you got and hope to be able to filter it through blocking. Luckily, he does have red Billowing Mirage coming in, and we see the Sand Cover, I believe that is, Sweeping Blow, I believe, actually. So creating the Ash, Billowing Mirage comes in, creates the Ashes. An Ashwing is created from that subsequent Ash. So Galaxy back to no Ash, but a little bit better of a board state. At Billowing Mirage will leave once the combat chain closes. But not before a Ravenous Rabble comes in, revealing, I believe there was Ember Maw Centipi, if I'm saying that correctly. So it is a red card, -1 attack off of Ravenous's 5. So coming in for 4, go again from the Ravenous Rabble. It does look like Aaron will take that 4 and go back down to 25 after getting life from the tome. And Galaxy really laying it on now. Hell of a follow-up for a hand with no ash. Talked about how precarious Dromai's hands could potentially be. See, the Ravenous Rabble followed up with an Enlightened Strike, and it looks like he chose draw a card, one coming into his hand. So we did see a Billowing Mirage followed by a Ravenous Rabble and an Enlightened Strike and an Ashwing on a turn that had no ash to start out. There's the block for 3. Taking 2, Aaron is to 23, and that'll close the combat chain and end Galaxy's turn. Aaron up 3-card hand, 1 card in arsenal, 2 ash. He stands at 23 life, and we see there's the red Rake the Embers generating generating 3 ash, going up to 4 total. And then 3, Aaron using 3 of those to create 3 ash wings once again to have a kind of a dominant board presence, using 1 ash wing to take out the other and 2 more coming through, hitting Galaxy to the face, coming in, the Galaxy's taking that, going to 33, and there's the snatch follow-up. Does not have a dragon to guarantee the hit here, but it is still coming in for 4 on hit, draw a card. Aaron does have a card to Arsenal, so we'll see how Galaxy reacts to this. If you're just tuning in, thank you for joining us tonight in the final night of FTC action for the season. We will crown a champion tonight. You are watching the last round between Team Runaways and Team Gold, and Team Gold's Galaxy Yang with the sink below, blocking 4 on Aaron Chance from the Runaways' snatch. So a 1-card block on the snatch, preventing the draw. Aaron arsenals a card and ends his turn. Galaxy up with a Billowing Mirage red, creating an Ashwing, pitching a Scar for Scar. Ashwing being used to clear out another Ashwing. Did see Billowing clear out an Ashwing, and now Ashwing for Ashwing. And lastly, followed up with a Blaze Headlong. 4 go again because he has played a red card this turn. This stream is brought to you by Fab Foundry. Go to fabfoundry.co and use checkout code TEAMCUP10 when buying Flesh and Blood singles to get 10% off your purchase. Basically through tonight is the last night of the tournament. The Blaze Headlong coming in for 4, going down. Aaron going down to 19. Galaxy up 33 to Aaron's 19 here. Ravenous Rabble on Aaron's turn. Oh, the blue. The blue. It's always a blue when you don't want it to be. A passing Mirage being flipped, so that means Ravenous Rabble coming in for a 2. It does look like he's targeting the Ashwing anyway, so that's, I guess, one of the best cases there for a blue flipped Ravenous. Following that with the not Billowing Mirage, sweeping blow, coming in for 3. Looks like Galaxy's taking that, going down to 28. And Aaron follows that up with another link on the combat chain, being the Enlightened Strike. He sinks a card, and he has chosen +2 as his mode. Enlightened Strike with the exclamation point at the end of the combat chain, coming in for 7. Galaxy looks like he's going to take all 7, go to 21. Still has a 2-point life total lead on Aaron at the end of this turn. Aaron does have no arsenal now, but he does have 3 ashes in the hole and an Ashwing on board here. Galaxy up, does have the card in arsenal. He plays that immediately, and that is the Emmermaw. Pitching the red, coming in for, that might be there's 2 of them. One's a 7 attack, one's a 5 attack. Dunebreaker. Is it Dunebreaker Centipede? So the Dunebreaker Centipede coming in for 5, creating an Ash on the pitch, the Yandere in the pitch zone here. Aaron ticks it down, takes all 5, goes to 14. Dunebreaker does have go again? You see the activation of the Furnace, the Sigil of Solace being pitched, and then a Themi coming out on board, clearing out the last of the Ashwings and Galaxy Arsenals, and passes back to Aaron. Galaxy ends the turn with a Dragon on board. It is a single Themi. Ash in the hole, 21 life to Aaron's 14. Aaron's... Oh, he's moving things around. Making sure I'm not misseeing something. All right. Nope, Aaron's up, 4-card hand, no card in arsenal. We see the blue pitch coming in, and Mirror Guy, followed by another Mirror Guy. Aaron's quite a guy, casting all those Mirror Guys. Back-to-back Phantasm Eliminators. Cancellers, negators. Dragons don't get Phantasm. Is it additive, you think? I'd have to look in the rule book. Do 2 Mirror Guys make 2 dragon attacks not have Phantasm, or both of them apply to the next dragon attack? The Asvali coming in, taking the last of Aaron's Ash, and coming in hot. Asvali taking, giving them 3 damage down to 18, and we see the Mirror Guys, the tag team of the century, taking down Themi. Asvali in this instance, kind of the honorary Oos to the Mirror Guys, the Usos. Production truck is looking at me weird. He doesn't follow wrestling. Usos, of course, the undisputed tag team champions of WWE, and Sami Zayn being the honorary Us, generating a lot of electricity, which is kind of like what Asfali is doing right now with that arcane damage. So, yeah, it's basically, the story tells itself. But a strong turn by Aaron. Now, Galaxy's got to follow up. Galaxy now at 18. He does have 1 Ash in the hole. He has a 5-card hand with 4 cards and 1 in arsenal. See how he does. And Kyloria is a heck of a way to start off the show here, sinking or pitching a sink below. The Kyloria coming in to hit the Asvali, so the hit is guaranteed. And he has played a red card, so he does have the go again. The Invoke, of course, being the red card. Command and Conquer hitting the Mirror Guy. And that looks like it's going to do it for Galaxy. Kyloria on board, 2 Ash, card in arsenal, 4 cards drawn. Aaron's up, got the Mirror Guy on board, no Ash, no arsenal, 4-card hand. Sits at 14 life to Galaxy's 18. The Mage Master boots being popped. Command and Conquer pitched. I wonder if this is simply to create an Ash. Kind of a bad spot. Usually want to do that with the Tome of Findel in Arsenal. We'll see if he plays anything off of that, and he doesn't. He just popped the Mage Master's boots to no effect to create an Ash, but follows that up with a Necria. So Necria is coming out to play. They're talking pitch. See, the cursor's moving. Command and Conquer was used, followed by the blue Dust Up. How much does Necria cost? Aaron looked like he was indicating the attack to Dromai by Necria. And the Crown of Providence being used to block there. Wasn't obvious at first, but the crown flipped and the arsenal cycled away there. And now I do believe the mirror guy is attacking. Galaxy, a 5-card hand, doing everything he can to keep Team Gold into the series. Aaron has an opportunity to seal it for the Runaways with a 3rd win in the series. He does Arsenal pass and draws up to 4. Aaron ends the turn, no Ash, but a Mirror Guy and a Necria on board. He did have to break the Mage Master's boots there to simply create an Ash. So he's the Crown of Dominion and Mage Master boots. They're almost exclusively as Ash generators, and both have been exhausted for their uses. Well, Galaxy sits on 18 life. He has already used the Crown of Providence, so both players without a blocking headpiece now. And Aaron without his boots, but Galaxy still does have the Snapdragon Scalers. Both Furnaces, Battle Worn 1, and Silken Form arm pieces still on the board here. Galaxy 5-card hand after blocking with Crown of Providence and sinking the Arsenal, drawing a card. We're turning the corner into the late game here of a Dromai mirror between Aaron Shantz of Team Runaways and Galaxy Yang of Team Gold. Here in the FAB Team Cup Championship round. Ravenous Rabble attacking Mirror Guy. Flips, reveals it's a red, it's an Asval Eye, so 4 damage coming through, taking care of the Mirror Guy. Dunebreaker coming in, targeting Necria. Necria remains at 1. Galaxy breaks the Silken Form to create an Ashwing. And using the Ashwing to finish off Necria, who was at 1 after the Dunebreaker. So Silken Form gone, Ashwing on the board. Combat chains not closed. As we see a Command and Conquer coming in with a Remembrance being pitched in the process. That is an interesting card as well. Makes a ton of sense. Want to reuse all your dragons. Or poppers. I suppose whichever is more relevant. A Galaxy coming in for 6 on the Command and Conquer, threatening the Arsenal. Can't use defense reactions. Aaron taking it, going to 8 and losing the dust up that was in his arsenal. Very interesting. Galaxy draws up. No arsenal, but does have 4. Aaron's turn. 2 ash on the board. 8 life now. 4 cards. Just lost his arsenal. Out comes an Asvali. Followed up by a Necria pitching a Pursuit of Knowledge. Using the second and final ash. The Asvali targets the Ashwing. Arcane going to Galaxy, and Necria following up the hit as well. Oh no, he's attacking Asvali, Arcane, and then Physical brought Galaxy down to 15. Aaron now attacking with the Necria. Galaxy weighing the block, choosing not to, going down to 11. Necria creates the Ash for Aaron's Dromai. And Aaron will finish this turn off with a Dust Up. So he did have 1 in arsenal. He's got 1 in hand too. So it does come in for 4. Galaxy Yang Wing, his response. We're getting down to it. Runaways can seal it with this win here, but Galaxy needs to win this game for Team Gold to stay alive. Galaxy takes the hit, allowing Aaron to create the Ashwing. Galaxy goes to 7. Dust Up does not have go again, so the Ashwing won't come in for the additional. Ooh, Galaxy snatches the Asvali. Reaction breaks the Snapdragon Scalers. Destroys the Asvali, draws a card. Now at 4 cards, the Snapdragon is gone. Galaxy with an Asvali of his own. The cursor to believe, I'd gather to say that he was using, he's using the any target on the Ashwing. Now Aaron in a bit of a predicament here. Yeah, Aaron's Ashwing is off the board. And then taking 3 on top of that. Going to 5. And then we see another Asvali hit the board. Oh boy. Galaxy with the back-to-back Asvalis coming out. I believe we saw those pitched very early, so the second cycle coming through in a big way here for Galaxy. Pitch stacking his potent dragons late. Oh, Aaron's really in a tough spot here. It was very close at the beginning of Galaxy's turn, but it is taking a turn for Aaron as a Red Hot is pitched and a Kyloria comes in. Aaron sits at 2 life now after taking the second Asvali, all the damage. There, Kyloria now forcing the block, and we're going to see a Yendurai and the Furnace blocking 4 total. Man, the tide just changed on an instant. It was pretty neck and neck, and Galaxy seems to be in a commanding lead here. The Necry on the board for Aaron. He's following that up with a Chromai. Well, he's playing a Chromai. The Necry was on the board. Aaron no longer has a Flamescale Furnace to efficiently generate Ash, but that Chromite does give him an action point, and he comes in with a Snatch of Zone to clear the Asvali. It hits, draws him a card, and doesn't have Go again, but he does have the additional action point. Aaron now at 2 cards. Galaxy had the 2 Asvalis, but those are gone. He still sits at 7 life, but he's down to just a single Kyloria. Aaron coming in with a sweeping blow red. He pitches a yellow Tome of Findel to pay for it. And that sweeping blow will target the Kyloria and generate a single Ash. And then that should... Oh, and then the Necrio follow-up. This one to the face. The first 3 attacks all taking out dragons. Necria the first time actually attacking Dromai. Man, just the board state clearing in this game. And it's been almost like 1 turn on, 1 turn off for each player, trying to capitalize on an empty board state, leak some damage through, and then establish their own so that their opponent has to take care of the dragons before being able to deal damage. We see this, it looks like a Scarf of Scars coming in to block for 2. Necria does get 2 through, which means Galaxy sits at 5. Aaron ends his turn, 2 Ash, a Necria, and a Chromai, but he sits at 2 life, and Galaxy at 5 attacks the Chromai with a Dust Up, which does create an Ashwing. We see the Flamescale Furnace being activated, the Scarf of Scar pitched, and that will do it for Galaxy. Galaxy Yang, card in arsenal, 4 cards in hand, sitting at 5 life. The Flamescale Furnace, the only piece of equipment he has left. Aaron, 2 life, a Necrio, 2 counters, 4 cards. Aaron plays the Enlightened Strike, sinking a card. He's thinking about which card he's going to sink. Attacking Dromai. I got to imagine that this is 5 Go again. Didn't see a card draw. The My blocks for 3. Which means Galaxy's taking 2 going down to 3. Aaron pops the Silken Form, creates an Ashwing, taking out Galaxy's lone Ashwing. Necria now attacks Dromai. Galaxy's in a must block. Oh, or must sigil. That'll do it. Galaxy sigils gains 3 life, goes up to 6. Takes 4, goes to 2. Aaron follows up with the Dust Up. Mirror Guy and Flamescale coming in to block that Dust Up. Aaron closing up shop here. Oh man. Card and Arsenal, both players sit at 2 life. Aaron's got the Ashwing and the Necria on board with that 2 Ash. Crown Dominion left as the piece of equipment, but he can't do anything with that. Galaxy, card in hand, card in Arsenal. It's an Asvali! Oh, it's an Asvali! Oh, how is he gonna deal with this? Aaron's in a tough spot. Doesn't have. Oh, he's got the Ash Wing. Looks like Asvli is targeting the Necria, which in turn creates an Ash. And it looks like the Arcane was going to the Ash Wing, so that board is now clear. So Galaxy Arsenals draws up a 5-card hand. Aaron starts the turn off with a Ravenous Rabble for blue. Flips the blue. -3 Ravenous Rabble coming in for 2. Oh, the worst possible time. Oh, Galaxy responds with a Sigil. Gains 3 life. Nets 1. Goes up to 3. Aaron's got to be shaking his head in disbelief. Does have go again. He's got 4 Ash, 3 cards in hand, 1 in Arsenal. His turn is far from over. Aaron with a Necria of his own. But Aaron with no Ash Wings staring down Asvli that can deal arcane damage. And imagine that Necria will be used to take it out. And he does. Going up to 4 Ash. Aaron's left with a card in hand, card in Arsenal. Blue Dust Up coming from Arsenal, attacking Dromai for 2. Red Hot used to block. And Aaron Arsenals. Oh, man. Tight game. Necria on the board for Aaron, who sits at 2 life after arsenaling the card. Galaxy up using 2 sigils late to stay at 3. The sweeping blow coming in. Believe this comes in for 3. Galaxy still with a card in hand as well. And it feels like both players are in such precarious positions. Galaxy has to balance attacking Aaron, trying to get his life total down, forcing cards out of his hands to block, while also being cognizant of the board state. And we do see the sweeping blow get blocked, and then the dust up comes in to follow up for 4. Again, coming in, both of those attacks coming in against Aaron. The Necria stays, but it is 4 damage coming through that Aaron has to respond to. Does not have any equipment left to block with. Was best case scenario is he's got best case scenario is he's got a 1 card block in hand. He does block with 1 card and goes down to 1. We've got a tight game. We're in the I don't know how much longer we got in this game, but it's not long for sure. Aaron's at 1 life. Aaron's chance of Team Runaways is at 1 life with a Necria on board. Galaxy had to force a lot of cards out of Aaron's hands. And now it's Aaron. Aaron is up. 2 card hand, 1 in arsenal. He's got 4 ash. And the Necria. Aaron starts it off with a Chromai. Attack in the face. This comes in for 3. Oh, the invoke happening, and then the Ravenous Rabble targeting the Ashwing, and so Chromai coming in. Mirror Guy comes in to block for Galaxy. Necria attacks for 4. Galaxy responds with the Sink Below. I don't believe he sunk a card there. A lot of action. Got really busy really quick. But man, what a timely Sink Below that is, maintaining the 1 card block. So Galaxy's at 3. He's got 2 cards in hand. Aaron just arsenaled and passed, drawing up to 5. He's got 2 dragons on the board, 3 ash, but he is at 1 life. No ash wings either. Chromai. Galaxy casts Chromai. Giving it the old tap. The old band game. Tap taparoo. Aaron forced a block with a Dominia. A Snatch. Snatch hitting the Chromai. And so Chromai getting the action point. Oh man, so many things happening. So Chromai attacking, getting the action point. Snatch hitting, drawing the card with that remaining action point. Another Chromai comes in. It looks like he's going to attack with that one as well. Galaxy Yang of Team Gold at 3 life has got 2 Chromais on the board. Aaron Shantz at 1 has the lone Necria. Aaron's cursor dancing around. The telltale indication of some hard thinking. Aaron thinking to himself, how do I stay alive here and still try to win the game as well? A Burn Them All coming in to block the additional Chromai. The Galaxy's done, draws up, goes to 4. Got the 2 Chromais on the board. Aaron comes in with a Vincerikai. Aaron saying, you're going to earn it today. A Vincerikai coming in to attack for 6 on hit. Deal 3 damage. So it basically says, on hit, die. Now Galaxy's turn to think. We've seen Command Conquerors from both players. I don't think I've seen any other non-dragon attack that could pop. Oh, and it does look like both dragons are being used to take care of the dual chromai threat. And that'll do it for Aaron's turn. Creates the Vincerikai, takes out the Chromais, has a card in Arsenal, and draws up. Now Galaxy comes in with the Ashwings. Oh no, the Ashwings. Oh, yep. How much ash did he have? Looks like he had 2 after that. So 2 Ashwings created on the board. The Blaze Headlong pitch to create an Ash, and a Dunebreaker coming in for 5. Oh, maybe just kidding. The old JK play. Okay, there it is. Looks like we're still going through with it. Dunebreaker comes in. The Blaze Headlong pitched. The Ash created. Dunebreaker coming in for 5. Go again. Aaron blocks with a passing Mirage and a Burn Them All. Ashwing for 1. Blocked by Pursuit of Knowledge. Ashwing for 1. Burn Them All blocked. Interesting strategy by Galaxy. Ashwing's on the board. Aaron still got those dragons. Galaxy draws up, passes the turn. Aaron's got no cards in hand, does have the 1 card in Arsenal, 3 Ash. He sits at 1 life. Super vulnerable spot. And Vincerikai takes out the Ashwing and draws up. Well, Aaron sits at 1 and attacks an Ashwing with a Vincerikai. Can't love that kind of value. And Aaron passes the turn, drawing up to 4. Galaxy starts his turn now with a Yanduri. Aaron blocking with the Optimi Dragon. Ashwing coming in, sweeping blow. And there is the Enlightened Strike. So unless Aaron now has a defense reaction, he's only got the 2 cards in hand. So E-Strike, presumably for 7. And then is this game? Galaxy Yang coming in with the Yanduri, the Ashwing forcing cards out of Aaron's hand, and following up with the Enlightened Strike for 7. And I think this might do it. The cursors are moving around. And I think that is game. We're going to call it here. Galaxy Yang of Team Gold takes it over Aaron Shantz of Team Runaways, which means Team Gold is still in it. Team Gold's alive. We got a 2-2 series, folks. This is the thing dreams are made out of. Yeah. Man, what an interesting matchup that was. The Dromai Mirror coming down to just the very last moment of that game. I'll tell you what, I'm learning Dromai. I'm not super well versed in Dromai, but the Vincerikai being used to take out the Ashwings, I'm sure that's like the disciplined play, but man, I feel like that's a lot of damage and cards left on the table there for Aaron. Might have to play this one back. Perhaps I'll employ the services of the Empress herself, Mara, to break this one down for me and explain the nuances here, what she would have done. That would be very interesting to me. Again, Galaxy Yang taking it in the Dromine mirror, which means Team Gold is now evened up with Team Runaways after Runaways took two in a row last on Friday night here to go up 2-1 in the series. Team Gold evening it up, and now it's 2-2, and we've got one game left. So this is it for all the marbles. We're gonna take a quick break here, and when we come back, we are gonna have Yuan Ji Lee versus Ho Chan Lai, Bravo versus Briar, Runaways versus Gold for all the marbles. The deciding game coming at you in just a couple minutes. We'll be right back. And welcome back. Patrick Shaw here with the Combat Chain with the final match. The final game of this whole goddamn thing is about to happen in just a minute. So before we do that, I'd like to thank Fab Foundry for all the work that they've done to get this stream up and running. And this season up and running. Thanks Tyler Broughton. Thanks Jesse Valdez and Travis on it over there at Fab Foundry. Be sure to use the discount code TEAMCUP10 when you get your Flesh and Blood singles over at fabfoundry.co. And look, we're just going to do it. We're just going to cut to it right now. We're going to fire it off. This is it for all the marbles. Game 5, Team Runaways, Team Gold, Yuanji Lee versus Ho-Chan Lai. Bravo versus Briar right now. All right, Yuanji Lee on the left with Bravo and Ho-Chan Lai with Briar on the right. And this is it. We're going to get those equipment out, and we're going to get going here on the last game. Game 5, we did it. 2-2 series. Yuanji running Bravo has got the Anathos. The headpiece is going to be the Arcanite Skull Cap. We have Tectonic Plating and Crater Fist, as well as Null Rune Boots. On Briar's side, we have the Rosetta Thorn as the weapon, the Crown of Providence, a Findel Spring Tunic, Grasp of the Arcanite, and Snapdragon Scalers. We won't see any creepers and no Crown of Dominion over on Briar's side, and nothing cute over with Bravo. Both heroes start at 40, and we see Ho-Chan start things off strong with a red Bramble Spark fused with a Tome of Harvest. So the next attack is going to get +3, and if it's fused, it deals 1 arcane. I believe I have that backwards. But the Tome of Harvest, either way, is pitched to create a rune chant. And he's following that up with an Entwine Lightning Red, fusing, he's just grabbing everything. The Entwine Lightning being fused with a Lightning Press, so it does have Go Again. So we are dealing with 7 damage with 2 Arcane, 1 from the Rune Chant, 1 from Bramble Spark's ability. The Entwine Lightning itself, the 7 physical, and there's the pitch for the Rune Chant. We got an instance of Arcane that needs to be resolved. I believe that has already been dealt with. And a solid 9 block. So he could Lightning Press it to leak 1 through. But he still has Go Again and 1 resource. He can still Rosetta for 4 as it stands and keep the arsenal. And Lai does just that. Rosetta coming in for 2 and 2. The one floating resource used to reduce the arcane by 1, but Yuanji taking 3 on turn 0 to essentially start his game at 37 life. So Ho-Chan Arsenals, we do know that is a Lightning Press shown on the fuse for the Entwined Lightning, and he draws up, has a 5-card hand. Yuanji has the Zealous Belting, pitches a blue disable, turning it on. So Zealous Belting coming in for 5 Go Again. Ho-Chan thinking about a block here. It looks like. The Autumn's Touch coming in for the block 3. And we see, Command and Conquer coming in. So Zealous Belting cost 2. The blue had 1. The blue disable had 1 float, and we do see Red Debilitate coming in for the extra pitch. And Command and Conquer coming in gets through for 3. Comes in probably for 4. Right there it is. Ho-Chan down to 34 now. Lai starts his turn with a Scar for Scar. It is online, so it does have Go Again. Final Crush used to block 3. Scar for Star still coming in for 1, creating the embodiment of Earth. Yuanji down to 36. And Lai arsenals his remaining card. Draws up. Yuanji now starting. He's got 3 cards in hand, no card in arsenal. He's at 36 life. The Spinal Crush pitched to create a Seismic Surge token, followed up by an Imposing Visage pitched for the Anathos to turn online, coming in for 6. Lai opting to take all of that hammer to the face, going down to 28 life. Yuanji arsenaling a card, drawing up, now at 5 cards. Briar takes up Tunic. Tunic is online. Gorg Tome draws a card. Gets half an embodiment of lightning. Sonata Arcanix following up. You get the embodiment of lightning off that. Next attack will have Go Again. And we see Blue Autumn's Touch being pitched, 1 float. So 4 cards will be revealed here. X is 1 for the Sonata. Channel Mount Heroic, Scar for Scar. Oh, Sigil of Suffering and a Sonata. So the Scar for Scar is still good, but only getting the 1 card and 1 Arcane. We do see the defense reaction there, costing Briar on the Sonata play. But Scar for Scar does hit, comes into hand, and it is online if he chooses to use it. You want to get value out of that embodiment of lightning, though. You use an attack that does not naturally have Go Again. No fuse required here. And Twine Lightning coming in for 4 Go Again. Yuanji seemingly has found the TTS equivalent of the card flicking, shuffling 1 card in his hand continuously. Easy no block here, taking 4 from the Entwined Lightning. Briar does get the embodiment of Earth on hit. And there's the Scar for Scar, now coming in for 4 Go Again as a follow-up. There's still 1 resource float. Let's see what else he has. He does get the Swarming Gloom Veil. Ooh, I believe this is just 3 still. I didn't see a second aura be created. No, there was the embodiment of lightning. I'm silly. So that was coming in for 4. So the Skull Cap and Tectonic, an efficient block. Following up the Rosetta, taking the 2 Arcane and Pummel used to block the 2 physical. And now it is Yuanji's turn, and his follow-up is a Crippling Crush. Seismic Surge breaks, which means it costs 1 less. So we see the 2 blues pitched to 6 cost instead of 7. Crippling Crush coming in for 11. It is not dominated. And he has no resources floating, so he doesn't have to worry about a pummel on top of this. But he is, Yuanji on Bravo is coming in for 11. The Crush effect is discarding 2 cards at random. Crush meaning you have to do, if this is dealt, if Crippling Crush deals 4 or more damage, its Crush effect takes place. We see the Grasp of the Arcanite blocking 2 Tome of Harvest, buffed by the embodiment of Earth. There's 5. Five on 11. And a Sigil of Suffering. So no resources floating. The arcane damage does hit, and we get a +4. So it is blocking 9 total. Savvy play here by the Briar. Bravo without a card in hand to otherwise easily pitch away and make that block a little worse. But Briar does it, succeeds, and starts off with a 3-card hand. Ravenous Rabble coming in for 4 Go Again after revealing the Sonata Arcanix off the top. -1 attack for Ravenous's base 5. Yuanji spinning that card relentlessly. 3 block on the Debilitate. And 4 total, the Tectonic Plating coming in to block an additional 1. Snatch following the Ravenous Rabble, 4 on hit, draw a card. No Go Again currently. There's 3 from the Blue Macho Grande. Maybe speaking too soon. If the card is still rotating, he doesn't mean it. And a red choke slam and the skull cap getting its additional block on. So 4 total coming through to prevent the snatch from drawing a card. Tectonic plating and Arcanite skull cap offline and done for the day, while both players are still in their 20s. Zealous belting coming in for 5. Macho Grande blue being pitched. There is 1 float. Briar takes the 5. Looks like the 1 resource is being used to create a tectonic plating and then a lunging press. A blue lunging press is in a Bravo deck, taking 4. So not a 3 cost. So a gentleman's Anathos coming in for 4. 1G draws. Bravo's equipment is all done except for the Crater Fist. Very early. Sonata from Briar coming in, no cost paid, so it is for free. And we see Earthward Surge, Lightning Surge, and Nimblism. So Sonata does hit the Lightning Surge coming to hand. Sonata dealing or attempting to deal 1 Arcane. A Lightning Surge going to hand here. Force of Nature, the follow-up from Sonata does create an embodiment of lightning as being the second non-attack action this turn. Does not look like there was a fuse. But there is the Arcanic Shockwave, Lightning Surge fuse. So 1 Arcane and 4 go again. Interesting on the Force of Nature there, because that its base attack is still 4. And it does look like he took it. So the 4 block, so the 4 damage coming through, Yanji takes that. A Lightning Surge comes in, blocks 3. In reaction, the Snapdragon Scaler is being used. And then the E-Strike follow-up. All right. So E-Strike, presumably this is going to come in for 7. And there's the block. That is an 8 block. And Yanji's turn is a pitch of Terra Sunder for Anathos 4. So Crater Fist now tempered. Has got 1, losing 1 there. Crown of Providence being used to block the Anathos for 4. My guess here is that Briar just doesn't like its hand. So taking 2 off of that, filtering out a card, and saying goodbye to the Crown of Providence. Briar's turn, we see another red Bramblespark fused with an Autumn's Touch, and once again that is pitched, and that one's pitched to bring a Channel Mount Heroic onto the board. And lightning, embodiment of lightning being made. So the Ravenous Rabble does have 4 go again. A Pulse of Candle hold on the Ravenous, so -2, but +3 is 6. Nope. +3 is 9. How am I doing on my math? He's taking a whole lot. He goes to 7. Crater Fist. Yanji saying, yep. Crater Fist done. Yuanji down to 4 after the Channel Mount Heroic gets the channel counter. The Autumn's Touch. Oh, he did the thing. Damn you, TTS. He checks the bottom of the deck. It's not there. Where was it? I saw it. They're looking. Where the hell is it? Oh, and together they find it. All right, it was on the top all along. So the channel counter does go on the Channel Mount Heroic. The Autumn's Touch being pitched as the Earth card, and Briar pitching, starting the 4-card hand. All right, we see the Tectonic Plating creating a Seismic Surge and the Spinal Crush follow-up. So coming in for 9, Crush is you lose Go Again, which is brutal when you really think about it. Activated abilities with Go Again. Something for Briar on this end would be like Grasp of the Arknight. You can't use any of your stuff. You can just do one thing. So we see the Tunic looks like was being used to block 1. Still needs 5 more damage blocked here to stop the Crush effect. Grasp of Arknight now accounting for 2, and Channel Mount Heroic coming in for 4 with the Embodiment of Earth. All right, so that is a total 6 block. No pummel threat. We did see a lunging press. Oh, that's going to be constantly on somebody's mind. So 3 damage coming through from the Spinal Crush. Spinal Crush. The Crush effect not happening. So Ho-Chan now starts the turn with a Channel Mount Heroic and 3 cards in hand at 12 life. Yanji on Bravo is at 4 life. And there is the Arcanic Shockwave fused. So 1 Arcane plus 7. No Go Again, but still plenty of damage coming through with Wanji on 3 life. And there's the 9 block. The Lightning Press makes it 10. Wanji forced to still take 1. Going to 2. And say goodbye to the Channel Mount Heroic. Wanji's follow-up is a Command and Conquer, pitching a blue. 1 float, nothing happening. That Seismic Surge, yeah, he probably just created that. Briar saying, yeah, sure, take 6, Pulse of Candle Hold, goes into the bin. Briar's turn starts. The Embodiment of Earth breaks. We see the Rune Chant being pitched, the Rune Chant being created by a blue Earth War Surge being pitched to the Grasp. Nimblism. Swarming Gloomveil coming in for 6 and 1 Arcane. Showtime pitched for the Arcane. It does show 1 flow. I believe that should be 2. No, and that's it. That's it, because he can follow up with the Rosetta anyways. And oh man. Oh. All right. Ho-Chan Lai wins the game over Wanji Lee here. Briar takes it over Bravo, and Team Gold is your FAB Team Cup champions. Congratulations to all the players on the Team Gold roster. You have done it. It's over. Congratulations to everybody. Captain, I believe, of that team is Bun. Congratulations to you guys. Fab Foundry's prize support is will be coming at you. We'll let Travis and the guys at Fab Foundry talk about the details there, but that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it for us. We did it. Adam's in the back, but can you pop on? We're gonna bring him in. How about this? We'll be right back after this, and we'll Jerry Springer the closing moments here. All right. And we are back. With me is the production truck, Adam Philipchuk of the Combat Chain. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Pat. How are you?
I'm good. Like it ends as it begins with the Combat Chain just hanging out now. I wanted to bring you up and say thank you for all the things that you have done for the cup this season. I don't think this goes off without you, and I think everyone around this knows that. So just want to acknowledge your contributions here and achievement. And it's look, guys, every stream that has been on this channel for this cup here is Adam's doing and responsibility, and he's done an exemplary job. It's gotten better every week, and he's worked really hard at it. So thank you very much, Adam.
You know what? Thanks, Pat. It means the world to hear that, but I definitely think this was a team effort as well. Without Jesse, without Travis, without Sean, Andy, yourself, of course, all the players, everything has to come together to make this successful. So, it means the world to hear that, but no, thanks to everybody who's been involved in this season. It's been such a blast. It's been so cool to follow this throughout the season and to go from, our 32 teams down to this was it, the finals, the Runaways and Team Gold. Congrats to Team Gold taking it all. What a good series it was. We saw 5 incredible high-level games, some of the best players in the world, right?
Those were all really good games too. It really was. I mean, that was between these two nights. That was quite the showcase. Definitely worth the rewatch.
And I also want to say thanks to the viewers. I can see chat rattling off there. Fab Chili, you guys are thanks for you guys commenting. Reese Toomer joining us tonight. She walks on roses. We've had lots of people tuning in throughout this whole season, and you guys are the reason we do this, right? Having an audience to put on a show to. If it wasn't for you guys, that's a big thing too. So just thanks to everybody who's made this so much fun and such a success.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then, Travis, Jesse, Sean, Andy, Kugani, Bobblehead. Tower. There's a whole bunch of, there's a whole Tyler. There's a whole system in place here to keep everything running and has kept the season running smoothly. And now it's over. So we all can just decompress now, and have one less thing on our plate, I guess. But
for the time being.
For now, there'll be more. So Fab Foundry has this. It's running it. When will the next one be? That's up to them. I know traditionally this has been a kind of an off-season type deal. So if I were a betting man, I'd look towards post Baltimore, in that kind of range. But don't quote me on that. I'm not going to put them on the spot right now and say, hey, next one's coming, and it's coming. It's coming in May. Stand by.
Yeah.
But definitely.
Yeah, we've, Jesse, Travis, and I, and a few other people, we've been talking in the background, trying to figure out how we can step things up for the next season. We want each subsequent season of this to be bigger than the last. So we don't know exactly what the timeline is yet, but we, pretty much as soon as the season's done, we're hard at work trying to figure out how we do this even bigger and better the next time. So keep your ears peeled. On Discord, on Facebook, on Twitter. The moment we have some information to share with you guys about the next season, we're going to put it out there. We want to keep this momentum going and just see how big we can grow this thing.
Absolutely, and it's been a blast to call some amazing matches. And I think that's going to do it for us. So. I am Patrick Shaw. This is Adam Philipchuk. Together, we are the Combat Chain. You can find us on YouTube at the Combat Chain. You can find our podcast wherever you stream your audio podcast, and I believe our latest episode with Alex Norville, if not up now, will be up very shortly. So by all means, pop onto our page to check out the episode with Alex Norville, LSS Content Manager. Best way to support us as the Combat Chain is our Patreon. By all means, go to www.patreon.com/the Combat Chain and click a tier and support us to keep the lights and mics up and running. There are several tiers there, so whether you want to just support the pod, get a shout out on our podcast, or even have access to our exclusive team testing channel, go to our Patreon, sign up today. Of course, we are on Twitter. You can find the show's handle at the Combat Chain. You can find me, you can see right here, at Pat Smash Good, and you can find Adam. Nope, I gotta go the other way. Find Adams over there at Fomtoolery TCG. And hey, look, we'll close it out the way we close out all the Combat Chain stuff, because it's just us. No one can stop us. So until the next FTC stream, we're
closing
Combat
the Combat
Chain.
Chain. Thanks for watching,
Peace
guys.
out. Thanks, everybody.